Ocra checklist, basic course online for the evaluation of biomechanical overload of the upper limbs. Short presentation. This brief course presentation is made by Daniela Colombini, author of the course and of the Ocra method. I am Daniela Colombini, author jointly with Occhi Pinti of the Ocra method. I am occupational medical doctor, epidemiologist and European ergonomist. Our association, EPM, Ergonomics of Posture and Movements, is dealing since more than 30 years with prevention and management of war-related biomechanical overload risks. Our International Ergonomic School Association, EPM-ES, has produces and offers residential courses to cover the above topics in various languages. For the first time, EPM-ES decided to offer some courses online. We are aware that a residential course with the presence of a teacher has many advantages, such as the possibility for the learner to resolve any doubt immediately with the teacher. Unfortunately, distances and costs often make more difficult and sometimes not possible for the interested people to attend residential courses. This first course in English is dedicated to the study of the war-related biomechanical overload of the upper limbs that represents the first professional risk in the world and that is consequently the cause of the most numerous war-related diseases. The Ocra method is the most complete and effective method for evaluating the upper limbs biomechanical overload. For this reason, it is considered in the ISO standards the preferred one. It might be useful to refer to a real Ocra system, because whilst there is just one Ocra method and approach, different tools can be used to assess risk at different levels in order to achieve different specific objectives. Ocra checklist. This tool is used to draw up an initial map of the risk for the presence of repetitive work. The map makes it possible to determine what proportion of tasks can be classified as green, no risk, yellow, significant or borderline risk, red, medium risk, or purple, high risk. It can be applied quickly. Question session. Why it is the more effective method? Because it is the only method that, based on a clinical data, 10,000 subjects with risk domain data, it is able to determine the risk levels and the probability to get a upper limb or related musculoskeletal disorders. How the course is structured? The course is structured in different chapters, with the theoretical parts which alternate with exercise and application examples. Now I will present the contents of the course and a few short parts of the course to give examples of the didactic technique and of the graphics used. The course is divided in different chapters, each dedicated to different risk factors and or calculation procedure, making part of the checklist Ocra method. The different chapters are separated and may be accessed from the index of the course. To give an idea of the teaching techniques used, many examples and many images, 3 short parts of the course are shown. They are taken from the following chapters: the frequency of action, awkward posture, final indices, and risk mapping.
The Ocra method, cycle and cycle time definition.
Definition of cycle. Sequence of mechanical technical actions of relatively short duration that is repeated always the same way. In this example, the cycle is a piece. A cycle corresponds to a unit of work, a chicken. In this example, the cycle is a box. A cycle corresponds to a set of or series of units of work, several ice creams to fill a box. Definition of technical action. The technical action concept is similar to the one of work element in MTM analysis. However, there are some differences, mainly due to the different goals of the two methods. Some examples of technical actions are grasp, push, hammer, take again, start up, brush, position, bend, transfer, insert, rotate, reach, and so on.
Now we will see some examples of technical actions. Take the cylinder, position it. We have two technical actions for the right. See again, take the cylinder, position it.
Take and place are counted as two technical actions for the limb that performs them. Reach is not counted as an action because in this case the object is near to the body, at a maximum distance from the shoulders less than the length of an outstretched arm, about 50 centimeters in a woman. Lifting or lowering load. Consider a technical action only when the object weighs more than 1 kilogram per hand with the hand in pinch, or more than 3 kilograms per hand with the hand in grip, and is moved vertically for a distance greater than 50 centimeters.
Look at the task. Lifting or lowering load? Yes, for lifting load, here, because the box weighs 3 kg and the hands are engaged in pinch, 1.5 kg for hand. Look again, here is lifting. Now, no lowering load, because the box is empty. And now we come back to the exercise of the course, the exercise number 1. We will read now in slow motion the technical action on the right arm that appear written on the movie. Take, position the object. Turn the object. Position it. Take, rotate, take, rotate, take, rotate, take, position. Return now to the Open Excel file. In the Excel file, go to the box for evaluating frequency and write the number of actions for right, 12. The frequency appear automatically, 42. Now write the number of actions for left, 4, and again the frequency will appear automatically. In our exercise, short interruptions are possible. It is possible to modulate the pace. In this case, write X and yes. The final score for frequency will appear automatically, 3 for right and 0 for left. Awkward postures.
Awkward postures and movements. Description. Postural and movement descriptions have to consider each of the four main joints: shoulder postures and movements, elbow movements, wrist postures and movements, hand postures and movements. Postural involvement is critical when the angular excursion is more than 50% of its maximum range of motion. It lasts for more than 1/3 of the cycle time, and the same actions are repeated for more than 50% of the cycle time, stereotypy. Pathogenesis of carpal tunnel syndrome. Repetitive use of the hand-wrist area. Rapid tendon movement within the tendon sheaths of the carpal tunnel. Insufficient production of synovial liquid, lubricant. This causes rubbing, inflammation, swelling of the tendons, which then leads to increase in pressure inside the tunnel with resulting nerve compression.
Types of grip. The power grip. This grip affords the hands maximum force. It involves the thumb being parallel with the fingers, which thus completely encompass the object and take its form. Reducing the diameter of the object or increasing the inclination of the wrist reduces the grip force from 100% to 65%. Here an example of wide grip where the diameter is 3-5 cm, no more. And here an example of tight grip where the diameter is 1 or 2 centimeters. What about this? Grip or pinch? Look the first example. The hand is clearly in pinch. Second example. The right hand here is in grip. In this example, look at the left hand. The left hand is flat and smooths the fabric. The hand is not in grasp. Awkward posture and movement for shoulder area. First of all, flexion more than 80 degrees. Flexion at more than 80 degrees, arm elevated at shoulder height, represents a high risk condition. Second, other awkward posture and movements of the shoulder, the abduction more than 80 degrees. Abduction at more than 80 degrees, arm elevated at shoulder high, represents again a high risk condition. Two examples are high stereotype. Cycle time very short. Cycle time less than a second, full of technical actions performed by the upper limbs. These actions can be different from each other. In the two movies, the cycle time is very short, 2 or 3 seconds, no more. Now we come back to the example presented in the course to study in the movie the shoulder problem, the shoulder awkward posture and movement. Look at the film. No problem in shoulder. Here we have no problem in shoulder. Here we have for the other upper limb. A question could be that we are seeing an awkward posture of only 63 or 64 degrees. Before, we speak about that the awkward posture for shoulder start from 80 degree. In this case, we can consider a borderline situation. You can consider both if the awkward posture of shoulder is present or not. How long is the duration of these two awkward posture for right and left upper limb? No more than 1-2 seconds, and in this case the duration could be quite the 10% or 6% of the time. It generates score 2 for the right and for the left shoulder. For the end, we have to evaluate how long the right on the left hand are in pinch or in palmar grip or in hook grip.
Now we would like you to return to the Excel file so we can show you how it works. Now find your way to the awkward postures and movements of upper limb right. We're going to put X's in the boxes. First of all, put an X in the box which coincides with the hand on the left and about 2/3 of the time at the top. Then put an X in the box for shoulders less than 1/3 of the time, and do the same for wrist and for elbow. Don't enter anything into the stereotype because that is a 0 value. Over here on the right, the system has automatically given you the correct score, and then at the bottom has entered 4 because that is the highest value in these 4. This is the right side. Because in our example both the right and left side had the same results, you can now do the same for the left area in your table. The map of risk.
Each unit has to be defined and named as a specific line or homogeneous operating area. The net duration in minutes of the shift of the repetitive work performed can be expressed collectively for the assembly line. At the end of each block or unit there is a table summarizing the outcomes of the risk assessment for a specific line or homogeneous operating area, grouped by risk levels, no risk, slight or borderline, present or high. Table show an example of how all the assessment data obtained with the Ocra checklist have to be written in the unit. Please write this data into your open Excel file. Section number 5, Graphics. The last page of the mapping program, named Graphics, automatically generates pie charts depicting the data in the summary page. This refers to both the final result for each department or overall operating area and for the entire company. The figure shows the graphs corresponding to the example here presented. The distribution is broken down by risk level relative to the entire group, by gender.
Attention! To complete the map of operators, data related to all workers present should be written, whether turnover between workstations is present or not. The example presented is not complete. When a large number of workers is present, software in Excel is no longer sufficient to make this type of map. So a dedicated software created by the authors is available.
How to follow the course? We recommend, possibly, to use a computer with two screens or a computer and a laptop. On the first screen, you may follow the online course. On the other, you may make the exercises proposed during the course. The necessary software in Excel may be freely downloaded from the website www.epmresearch.org. Other important recommendations. Follow the various chapters in the given order. Do not jump to the next chapter without completing the previous one. Do all the exercises in the course and verify the results. Now we continue with the session questions. How much is the course cost? The cost is €95 plus VAT when applicable. How long does it last? The videos of the course last 7 hours. Considering the exercise, expect a total duration of 16 hours. Does the course offer the possibility of communicating with teachers? At the moment, tutoring is not foreseen. It is not ruled out in the future, but with obvious additional cost, it will be possible to use this facility. The course provides a certificate. Not having at the moment the course tests or residential exams, no certificate are foreseen. This additional facility is also under study and cannot be excluded for the future. Are scientific publications and or manuals available to deepen the methods? Yes, the complete Ocra method is dealt with in the recent volume by Colombini and Occhipinti, Risk Analysis and Management of Repetitive Actions, a Guide for the Ocra System, edited by Taylor and Francis in 2016 here. Are more efficient informatic supports available than the offered ones in Excel, able to do risk assessment with all the Ocra tools present in the Ocra system and to obtain the risk mapping in a company? Certainly. The authors of the method have collaborated and collaborate with Lema Informatics toward the development and updating of Petra software. Petra offers tools for evaluating all the biomechanical overloads like Ocra, Nions for manual material handling, transport, push and pulling, and Mapo for patient handling. Are other deepening options available? We will provide in the future as optionals with additional cost other deepening training packages regarding knowledge improvement for learning technical actions, knowledge improvement for evaluation of recovery times, exercise packages with solutions. Good work to all. Welcome to live with us the adventure of the prevention. To contact us, please use the email address here written. Bye bye.